is 1-1. SMG looking to drag down RRQ to the depths of elimination as RRQ hope to keep their heads above the water. Let's get down and dirty here in our best of 3 matchup. Team SMG on the blue side versus RRQ Akira on the red side.
We're going to be thinking about the first pick for Team SMG, which they might be looking for the Baksha or the They might just steal the Guinevere actually because of how strong it is as a first pick, because it's such an open kind of pickup. There's the 1-1 ban. Maybe they even take the Bruno immediately against RRQ. Ooh. Some teams do that. But again, if Guinevere is open, Guinevere is the top choice. If not, Bruno is going to be at top of the list.
Here's the thing. Some of the more consistent bans that we've seen for the side of Team SMG when they were on red side was this Angela, time and time again. And the fact that they are going to be on blue side this time, it begs the question whether RRQ are going to adapt, right? Yeah. We see the Joy naturally banned, the Guinevere are getting banned out as well. There's a good opportunity for RRQ Akira to actually open up this draft because they are on red side and they have 2 picks.
That's right. I'm actually surprised that RRQ banned it right at the get-go. Especially because there's a lot of like priorities first for Team SMG, the Baksha, for example, as well as the Bruno, like we talked about.
Matilda even.
And Matilda, that's also very true. That's why, especially after they are looking very comfortable with this Guinevere. It's interesting.
Okay. All right, Valentina ban over to Sagan this time.
All right.
Farmis? Question mark?
Could be. Basically, they want to take it away, right? And that's the Akai respect still. RRQ Akira do not want to give a play-making or very, very consistent retribution.
Yeah, I think Bruno.
Skirmisher.
I think Bruno for Team SMG.
First pick Bruno, let's see. Oh, it's going to be Lilia. They think that Sagan is too stable and they're looking to rock his world.
The deny pick.
The deny pick. But then you get literally, it's me, Lilia. All right. Yeah, Lilia, sure. Thanks, Lilia.
Lilia speaks in third person.
Bruno Matilda, I think it should be the case, or Bruno Baksha for RQ, but
signature pick for King, the Baksha.
Yep.
Okay.
And, yeah, and even if they give up the Matilda, I think that they're going to be okay.
I don't think it would be that bad even if they give the Matilda up. I mean, we're expecting at the very least Bruno, right?
They can go Arlen, first time it's been left open.
That's right.
Oh man, and this is a very good flex pick. Remember, both Takashi and Louise can play it out. So right now the question is over to SMG. What do you want to pick? Do you want to try to counter to Arlet where we can flex, or do you want to just pick up some of the prio heroes? Bruno, so far this series, Bruno is 100% win rate.
Yeah.
It has been a hot commodity.
At the same time, they need to secure their jungler. What will Saxa be playing? Fredrin perhaps might be the only one that's left.
Martis? Against this much CC, you might want to rely on that Mortal Coil. Might want to go for that.
Martis or Fredrin. Then to go with the Bruno, I think you want to secure the Bruno now. You don't want to give Baksha Ardent Bruno to RRQ. That's just a death sentence.
Yeah, there you go. All right, Martis and the Bruno. They need the anti-CC, and it's more so they need to deny that Bruno more than they need it for themselves. But now RRQ can just go for more dive, right? Claude? Pick it up now? Oh, Brody. Okay, they want to go for damage.
They want an ego challenge, and I don't mind this so much, right? Because again, when you have Arlet, you're already looking at the squishier targets of people who are not so good against that CC. It's forcing people to take Purifies very often, and more often than not, Arlet consistently breaks open battle spells time and time again. As we move into the second phase, we're seeing the Benedetta ban almost instantaneously.
Yeah. Are you considering banning out the Tyrant now for Team SMG? Oh, but the Minotaur is actually a pretty good ban. That means that they will be keeping themselves safe. Even when they do have the Lilia for Team SMG, they're just making sure that it's going to be safe. Maybe they ban the Novaria this time.
I think they might. The Novaria is a great ban here, but the layering of CC that RRQ can do with this composition is going to be disgusting, right? Despite them having Purifies, it won't really matter. Mortal Coil as well. They might have to take away maybe something like a Kufra. These are going to be massive setters.
Light me up and
export. Obviously, one of the SMG special. They utilized it also yesterday. And they're making sure that they're all covered.
Okay.
Faramis.
Okay. I'm going to make... Well... This might be dangerous here. They could go for Charizla and then throw Arliv to Louise, and therefore the EXP, they've got nothing left, right?
Yeah.
They've already taken out the X-Borg as well as the Benedetta. This is going to force, it's going to force SMG to go, oh, not even just Lapu, even a Khalid as well. And then it's just a full early game comp.
I wonder if RQ can play something like a Kadira. So I don't know if they play that kind of hero. Otherwise, it will be just Gord or Navaria as their pick. Now, I do want to agree with you, Gideon. There's also that benefit that if they keep their X-Blade last, it should
That's
be...
a signature.
But it is a signature. So what I'm trying to say is that if they pick up the mid laner for 4th pick, at least they keep the flexibility for the Arlot. But they want to remain honest this time. They're just going to be picking up the Cho.
I love an honest draft, and more so, this time around when we looked over to Luis, the last time we picked the Cho, he was looking at Cabral, was like, this is my time, this is me, give me the Cho. This time around, you can definitely see that he's a little more nervous about this one because there's a lot of ways that things could go wrong for him.
I think Uranus could be a good pick
that's
up.
a good thing.
No,
And the Charizla.
Okay. Oh.
These are some solid responses. These are some good answers to RRQ Akira. Whatever they have right now, it's got to be a big pick. It's a Gord. Oh, this is not the most 50-50.
This one is tough. This one is tough here. I don't know which side you're leaning towards, Wolf, but give me your thoughts on this one now that we've seen the full compositions.
Yeah. Like I said, I like the Gord. I think that it should have been the ban. That or the Novaria should have been the ban instead of the Faramis. But what I don't like is like they went in for the Cho plus the Brody and the Arlot. It's very skill-based in a way that they might lose their steam again, especially because they're rocking the Brody. You understand the way of the Dragon into the damage up of the Brody. That's gonna work a lot. But because of the Kufra last pick, together with this Charizla, the Team SMG lineup looked to be a very rigid and very strong, intact lineup that RRQ might not be able to overcome eventually. However, you're gonna have to be I'm very afraid of this combo, Gord plus the Brody. That's a pretty strong front to back.
It's going to be nasty. It's going to get real dirty here. The early game leaning more towards Team SMG. But as soon as that engage comes out, RRQ, the Kingdom, skill-based matchups, sticking to their bannered flags as they walk into game number 3 to make sure their heads stay above the water. Team SMG going to be playing on the blue side up against RRQ Akira on the red side for their final match, 1-1.
And in this game number 3, we're seeing SMG leaning towards that chaotic style. We can do it too if we want to, and we'll see if they can prevail with this style. RRQ, we spoke about chaotic. They want to go in very early, spot smooth, just chunks him a bit.
I'm already mad as an EXP laner. It's like, come on, it hasn't been a minute yet.
Chill out, bro.
That's a benefit of having the Cho in the mid lane because it clears the waves so fast. And they might even give Louise access to level 4 as it happens, or not, maybe. But typically that happens with like Gord. They kind of switch and they put the roamer in the mid lane to get the way of the dragon.
Well, it could be dangerous here. I mean, it is a very good idea to get Louise to level 4. It just makes that, like, it really just helps stall Team SMG's early game. And, Takashi losing out on his flicker. As soon as he hits level 4 in this early turtle fight, it might be punishable.
Use the mortal coil, and the freeze will be broken. That's initially what started it all, but now with it's going to turn around to Takashi. He can be the one who freezes it now.
That's going to be so annoying.
That is honestly annoying, and if you are smooth, you're gonna be very angry.
No, not the wave.
He's the mortal literally on the. He worked hard for that.
Oh, but it's okay. He finds another. Hey, he'll take that for sure. Takashi's like, all right, if we can't get that kill, we'll just utilize this. Stormy's like, no, I will not let you do it. I'll clear it out. No freeze.
If I was in Smooth's position, that's where you start the recalls immediately.
Both 1 HP. Just looking for one last hit.
Louise
has a flicker and flickers forward. Sasa goes for the Purify, but it's not going to be enough. A trade on the other side of the map. Oh, Takashi brings Smooth back. That's a flicker burnt as well. Team SMG, they got the small lead with the turtle take.
Dude, this is one of the few games where the side laners are just... It's so obnoxious. Every little thing to annoy a laner is coming out right now.
Even here, Miko's like, no, I'm going to freeze it. I'm going to freeze it. What you going to do?
Oh my god.
Oh
The mechanics have evolved so much. This is probably the most sweaty laning stage that we've ever seen across all lanes.
That's so true. And the mid lane is like unintended for the most part.
Yeah.
It comes together. Okay, we clear it out. Let's go annoy the side laners again. But if you look at the goal earned, so far Saksa with a little bit of a lead. It looks like he was able to win out on a couple of the smaller POIs on the map, like the Little Wanderer, for example. Let's see. Miko, not exactly able to get in on the fights just yet, but this is where we start to expect once level 4 onwards that teams are going to be playing towards their identities, more importantly, their win conditions.
Let's see how RRQ will be tackling
Again?
Oh, okay.
They call a pause. I'm done with it.
Man.
If we're gonna freeze my lane, I'm gonna freeze the game.
Man, you're right. It's the sweatiest. It's the sweatiest laning phase ever. The fact that even Sasa, right, when his freeze was broken, he was like, "No, I'm gonna take the lane as slow as possible, get as much damage on the gold crab before this lane goes towards your side, so I get the advantage." Man.
Dude,
It's a lot of science behind it.
It is. There's a
Physics.
lot of good moments here, like good small mechanical moments that will build up. These are small wins that the pro players utilize to get the game.
yeah, and again, we don't get to see these types of things in the laning phase very often because usually it's big macro movements across the map. And it's great that me and Miracle are on the table. One playing very much in the gold lane, me very much in the EXP lane, and we're both getting triggered at what's going on. You broke my freeze, now the junglers are here to do it all over again. It's so annoying. The only people who might be having fun are the junglers and as well as the mid laners. I think they're having the most fun.
Especially
The roamers too, they're like, "Oh, perfect, a gang! That's potential!"
But I still can't get over the fact that Saksa, of all of the places that he will use the mortal coil, he chose to land it onto the
wave. It's like, oh,
cannon.
You could definitely like, you can visualize Smooth's expression, right? He's just like, bro.
You know, the best positioning for freezing. It's just little pixels barely out of the turret range. Because that's like the part where the enemy explain literally cannot go through and get the
basic attack.
He just can't, and then it just ushers it, pushes it.
I gotta get out, bro. I gotta get out, man.
Would you prefer me giving first blood, huh? Smooth, dead silent. No.
My lane.
I am in an XP lane is an island.
Yeah.
No one touches this sacred land.
Yeah. And then he shoves it in front of the turret.
And he's like, whatever, Stormy, clear it out for me, please. Just
Please,
get me out of this.
Get me out of this lane.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I just want a proxy, man. I just want to be part of something. I just want to be part of something that isn't this lane anymore.
Oh. Meanwhile, the goal laners are like, bro lane? Yeah. It's far, bro.
It's far, bro.
Oh boy. Oh, it's time. Let's get back into this matchup. Let's see how the laners are going to be doing at this point of time. Is Luis still on that top side?
The slowest push it. They don't want to push. They want to utilize every inch. Oh, Smooth's like, all right, I've had it. I want to set up for the turtle.
Yeah, Turtle's coming up in about 6 seconds, so it's a good time for him to actually get this push on. He does have a bit of an EXP lead on Takashi. Now, do we see an immediate invade from the side of Team SMG, or are they going to take their time?
Oh, that was pretty good. Miko, though, pops the bouncing ball, denying a pick-off from Luis. That's a penalty zone. That's a 2. A Tyrant's Revenge and the Rage. The Mystic Gush does nothing here. King is going to be decimated, but not just yet. He actually walks out with the help of Takashi's disengage with the help of the Poissons. Now it's Takashi with a few vengeance resets. Miko trying to look for a pick-off on the Seiken. Unable to find it, but will be able to bait out the flicker. Takashi, no way you steal this, buddy.
Yo, this Takashi guy is something else. Like, he's actually crossing over the members of Team SMG, just outplaying them. Unfortunately, though, the jump coming out from Smooth was perfect. Catches 2 important members of RRQ Akira, takes out 1, and prevents King from snowballing. At this point, the Martis having 2-0, 5 minutes in, and then getting 2 turtles as well. It's going to be a very happy Martis for sure.
Yeah, side quest complete. The real question is whether or not he gets bold.
Oh!
That's a 2-man knockup and a 2-man stun pinned down onto the wall. King, whoa, able to dish out some damage back with the help of Gusta's torn apart memory. Some good zoning too from Sagan there with the Mystic Gush. Takashi in the mid lane, penalty zone. King is caught in his zone and he will fall decimated by Saksa.
Now, I mean, considering everything, it is going as planned, right? This is a pretty standard game for early game compositions, right? Even though we do see that RRQ Akira's the overall strategy is looking for the counter engage, right? Oh, you go in for the big Kufra. Oh, don't worry, Gord's got me with the Mystic Projectile into the Mystic Gush to kind of deter Team SMG.
I particularly like about Team SMG that I mentioned in the draft is how rigid their composition is. If they form a box, if they get 4 members in, it's very difficult for RRQ Akira to actually get in, despite them having the Arlet as well as the Baksha, just because of the fact that there's a lot of anti-CC, there's a lot of reset, and you also have that factor of the flicker penalty zone that will always turn things around. And then if you think about like the squishy members, like Stormy, for example, does have the black shoes, so he's gonna be safe after the jump coming up from RRQ Akira. He even rocks the Purify, so it's guaranteed that he will be able to reset. And you also have Sasa with the Purify as well. I think it's overall like an easy box to form for Team SMG.
By the way, it's a Wilderness Blessing again for Takashi.
Of course.
Of course. But I mean, he's never going to be able to out-push Smooth. That's the thing. That's what is the matchup, right? You're always going to be a little bit later. So he's playing keep up rather than trying to take the initiative. Now, I think that the major differences between the two teams is really going to be the resources of battle spells, right? For either side.
Takashi McQueen.
He's fast.
He's fast.
He's speed.
Ka-chow.
Let's see if he can distract Saksa with that Ka-chow. Doesn't seem like it is going to happen. Saksa just picks that up for free. Turtle number 3. All 3 turtles going to SMG.
Yeah. Wait a second. How did the top turret actually break over? What exactly happened over there?
Brody.
Oh, darn it.
The turret eater. The turret eater.
Eats turrets. What do you have for breakfast? Turrets. Brother.
Tier 1s. Dinner? Base turret.
It's just the Liver King, except he eats turrets. You need more testosterone? Eat turrets.
The good thing about this is even when Akira is struggling when it comes to the overall economy, Gusta La Gusta is at par with the Bruno, which is generally good for the early game. So I think that they have to use this. I think they have to work around the Brody and utilize this early spike. So what they're going to do is to push bottom lane. That's going to be a good choice.
Forced to use the Poissons almost instantaneously. A good flicker out from Sagan, but a good initiation from Miko. That's worth it for sure. Takashi, final slash on a 2. Doesn't quite sweep them into the right direction, and Takashi's going to be caught instead. Saksa in the back. He's actually brought back all the way, looking for one last hit. That passive gets him out so quick on top of the killing spree. He's fast. He's faster than Takashi.
Well, it's too quick. And I mean, the trades are going into the favor of Team SMG, and this is what I was waiting for, right? Oh, Miko.
Oh! Miko with a Tyrant's Rage flicker that actually might be able to play a good part. Sasa with a Purify. Oh, he's looking for one last hit. Gusta gets out, and now it's actually Sasa who falls in that bottom side river. Akira, they can play to look for more fights. Smooth going to be stunned up, and the Mystic Gush will tear him apart with the help of Louise kicking him, forcing him a DBZ. Takashi vengeance one more time. Final slash on a Stormy, who doesn't have the black shoes. He will fall to Takashi. And Akira, this is proper setup for the next neutral objective.
All right, it's time to point fingers. Who made the mistake there, right? What exactly happened?
What was the call?
What was the call?
Oh, the callers go in this time onto the jungler. Saksa, you have anti-CC, but it's not anti-damage. Sagan melts you down, takes a shutdown. The goal lead, everything that has led up to this moment disappeared.
What happened? It was just a Miko, you know. He was trying to get out, but then he went for the play.
Smooth jumped out to Louise?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Oh
no.
I don't know. I mean, right now, the best way that I can explain it is that after the tech issue, it looks like RRQ Akira now not playing on like 5 MS. The ping is all good, and now they're back in shape.
Maybe. By the way, so what happened was, we were talking about the fact that Gusta La Gusta's farm is at least at par with the Bruno. That means that naturally at 8 minutes, the Brody is actually pretty strong, right? Because it's the natural timing of the Brody. You saw how he survived against the fadeaway play coming out from Miko, or the fade, literally the fadeaway Kufra ultimate that he did, and then eventually punished Sasa of all people by surviving with a sliver of health. That gave them enough momentum to kind of bring back the game to their favor. And the thing is, they flourish in this kind of situation. The mid game is RRQ Akira's playing field.
Oh, Smooth. This is so far out. Penalty zone. just instantly, Luis is able to walk out of that one, but it's a good defense. SMG rotates all their members up top to keep that tier 2 from being eaten by the turret eater. This time for lunch, it's about to be 12 minutes.
His diet is looking really good right now. He's even got river crabs in that diet as well. Matured river crabs, as a matter of fact. But at this time, and when we're looking at the damage now, Stormy and Smooth are doing a pretty good job. But Sagan and Gusta are catching up so very quickly, and especially when they're comboing together with a strong peel and CC from Takashi, Luis, as well as King. This is starting to become quite a problem, right? Both sides unable to get a decent lead thus far. It's 4-4, barely a gold lead for the side of RRQ Akira.
Even if they have the Brody, I think I would put RRQ Akira to the point where they have the better late game. Like,
Really?
but a slim margin. It's mainly because of Takashi and the Gord, I guess. But mostly because it's the Brody is like it's a very interesting hero because he's technically weak at the late game, but he find enough amount of stacks. He does his job in the late game anyways. It's not like he's descaling.
Okay, Miko's getting chunked. Sasa, oh my goodness, what happened there?
What was that? No Purify?
Didn't get to use it, but yeah, I believe he feels even if he uses it, he will die to the Vengeance there, but I would say it's just more of a weird position than not using the Purify.
I agree.
King wants to just capitalize, shield Unity to the front, and you can see Saxa's all the way on the other side of the map. This should be a free invade onto the orange buff. Luis is zoning Saxa away. If he wants to get this, he might have to commit the retreat. No, he doesn't. Just walks in with a Mortal Coil. An absolute Chad.
Wow.
Raw confidence. I'm liking it, right?
Yep.
I think that in situations like this, especially for the side of Team SMG, if Sasa knows that he's going to die, you might as well not use your battle spells. But it doesn't change the fact that he shouldn't have been there in the first place, right? But at the very least, he's going to be up for this upcoming Lord fight, and that's the most important one of this game, right?
And he's also level 15, one level ahead of King.
Exactly. So they really got to maximize the time.
Yeah. Intense. It's going to be one of the most important ones because this means that RRQ Akira will really stay true to their power spike, and Team SMG, if they take this Lord, they're going to bring back the favor to their side.
Whoa. Takashi just going in there, trying to zone Stormy. Gets a good chunk of damage. This will help. If you continue to poke the Lilia and he pops that Black Shoes early in the fight, that's it. Lilia loses a lot of power.
But they're going to be patient with this, right? They've got to Lord Dance this as best as they can. They've got a set wave on that top side. I'm not sure whether it's set properly, but they're going to reset this, and now it's back to housekeeping. I think that especially for the side of Team SMG, they really need the waves to be working in their favor to be able to sit on this Lord for this long.
So intense.
Luis looking for an angle. Stormy gets caught in the stun. The Mystic Gush actually takes Smooth solo. DPC. Takashi gets rid of Stormy. Doesn't even let him use the Black Shoes. It's an all-out fight, and it's a fight that RRQ are winning hard. Sasa in the back, getting knocked out, kicked in the face by Luis on the Cho.
Oh my goodness. Again, Takashi being a big problem for Team SMG. It's not about killing someone from the backlines. It's just about taking away the members of Team SMG from Miko. And Miko, when he went for the jump, there wasn't any follow-up. He caught 3 members of RRQ Akira. But then again, Sagan just going for the heads-up play, activating the ultimate onto Smooth. And Smooth didn't have vision on where the RRQ Akira members are, so he didn't know where to jump, even after having the flicker. And he took so much damage despite having the Radiant Armor. That's crazy. Because of the glaive and the wand from Sagan.
It's so much damage on top of the fact that his passive eventually, once he's taken enough damage from this Gord, eventually turns into true damage, right? So it's like, there's so little that you can do against it. It feels like Team SMG just weren't on the same page about what they should have been doing in that type of situation. Even though, based off of like the past 2 games, they kind of have a rough idea.
I mean, at this point, the fact that you don't even really need to rely on the passive to deal true damage, right? You have a Divine Claim and a Glowing Wand. You technically already deal sort of true damage.
Yep.
Oh, it's painful. Let's see whether they can actually get some inhibitors here from the side of RRQ. Oh, I see what you mean now.
Yep. That's only the stun part. That's not supposed to be the damage part. Saxa's just walking up, clears out the Lord. A good defense, despite the fact that RRQ Akira still have another wave. Let's see how they deal with this one. Miko charging in the back, looking for a big play, a miracle play to turn the tides. Gusta's walking up. That's the penalty zone, but it's only connecting onto the frontliner. Torn apart memory, taking smooth low. Sagan flickers out of the timer's revenge. He predicted that one. He saw the charge, and he gets out.
He was not distracted with the particle effects that were going on there, man. He's still honed in on this game.
Now he's overtaken Storm in damage dealt. King, aggressive move.
Walks up Louise, way the dragon, bringing Smooth back to the team. A final slash sweeps them in as well. Smooth still able to survive for now. Takashi in the back, going with the vengeance, sustaining. Gets a three-man stun. Sasa forced back with a Purify. That's a good Tyrant's Raise with a flicker, but there's no follow-up. Louise all the way in the back, under the base turret, getting decimated now. RRQ, low HP. King going to go 1v1 against Stormy. Gusta still putting the stacks on the Saksa, doesn't want to commit the torn apart memory just yet. Stormy uses the Purify here. RRQ, they want to go for it still. Ooh, good Mortal Coil on that one. Sasa gets taken low. Smooth buys the Immortality and is able to sustain enough. Turret Eater Gusta going for dinner, but now gets caught and punished again. Deja vu to game number 1.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, really? What was that from Gusta La Gusta? And you gotta have to hand it. He's hungry, that's true. You gotta have to hand it to Team SMG though. They survived that. Miko, although there wasn't any follow-up, it was enough to kind of block off RQ Akira trying to go for Sasa, because Sasa's positioning was actually compromised in that part. So even after Miko waited for the flicker, he caught everyone, but there wasn't any follow-up. It's more of a defensive Tyrant's Rage than it is an offensive one. Sasa survives, they punish Gusta La Gusta in the end. Now the Lord is respawning, and RRQ Akira don't have their gold laner.
Seal. Oh, good penalty zone to lock Takashi. That's a Tyrant's Revenge as well to lock them down, but Sagan's still going to be free hitting unless now Saksa brings him back. The decimation finds another. That's 2 on the board for SMG.
Unbelievable if they lose the third Lord again.
It's Deja Vu.
Deja Vu again. The Brody from Gusta La Gusta with the... It's also the mid lane turret.
It's happening. It's happening right now.
It's happening again.
I mean, it could be a repeat of history, but it doesn't mean that RRQ Akira are out of this just yet. Remember, we are in the late stages of the game, 18 minutes as well. We're breaking the 50K mark. It's dead even between these teams with a pretty okay advantage for the side of RRQ Akira with one inhibitor turret taken away from Team SMG on that top side, right? Let's talk about high ground defense right now, because again, I do feel that this is going to be, this is where we're expecting Team SMG to kind of turn the tides in terms of structural damage.
That's true, because they have the Bruno. They have enough range. I think the Gord's defense is kind of, you know, it's kind of painful to deal with, actually.
But it's a charge. I think either way, it should be a free base turret here for SMG. Smooth is able to zone them quite enough. A penalty zone as well, going in, but Smooth's the one who takes more damage there. Turn apart memory, taking Smooth low, but not the immortality just yet. SMG rotating over to that bottom lane, looking for another base turret right now, but Akira denies it. They clear the waves quite fast, like you said, with that Gord.
Okay, pretty decent. I mean, they felt the second wave starting to crash on in, but like, I don't know if Team SMG actually want to commit on this. It feels like they're just going to wait for the next upcoming Lord, right? They've got the inhibitor turret in the mid lane. Obviously, not the most ideal one. They probably would have wanted that top side, but at the end of it all, there's no point risking it, right? Team SMG going back to the same old ways.
That's right. At this point, RRQ Akira, they're going to be relying on their quote-unquote mechanics, because it's going to be a skills matchup now. You gotta have to land a good final slash. Even the projectiles coming up from Sagan will now play a very important role. And for Gusta La Gusta, just make sure you don't quote-unquote throw the game.
Don't walk into
it's
don't walk into the
happened
penalty
once.
zone. Don't do it again.
Yeah, just don't do it again.
Just don't go for last hit on the turret, man.
Yeah, because the torn apart memory is just the finishing touch for their composition, right? You only have to lock down on one person, maybe get 2 to 3 stacks, and then pop your torn apart memory, let Sagan do the damage, and let Takashi do the damage as well.
I mean, it's a show of force from the side of Team SMG, but I think it comes down to how close the carries stand next to each other, right? If the closer they are, there's a very high likelihood that the execution is going to come out from like people like Takashi, people like Miko, or even Smooth in these cases to try and make that happen. But what is going to force them in these types of situations is what I'm curious about, right? What are the habits that we're going to have to take a look at here?
Oh no, where the Dragon Storm, he still has the Purify, uses it in the end. Now it's going to be King who's on top of a Mystic Guard from Sagan across the wall. Finds the damage, it's enough to take him down. And now they've lost their mid laner, Louise with another Jeet Kune Do. They do not want to fight, they want the Lord.
And that was a worth it flicker usage coming up from Sagan. They can control the mid lane. It's going to be easy clear for them. Watch out, Smooth. Going for the backlines, but he might be too late.
Swept with a final slash, now connecting onto the Mystic Projectile, only onto Miko. Saksa is still alive. Sasa has bought the immortality, but look at how low he is. SMG, a miracle is what they need. Wait the dragon, locking Miko. The rest of the team follows it up. The Mystic Gush dealing true damage. Another final slash from Takashi. They choose to fight. They do not want to contest. They do not want a 50-50. They want 100-0. Sasa knocked up. A penalty zone on the 3. Smooth dealing the damage. And it's Sasa who goes into the back. A decimation. Gusta with the nature. One big play. One big hand.
No way.
Gusta! La Gusta has kited his way to another team fight win, but SMG respawns just in time.
Oh my goodness! This fight is so dead even from either side!
Oh my goodness, indeed. Gusta La Gusta surviving with a Wind of Nature usage. And the fact that he went for Electro, for Quantum Charge, I mean, he got out with just walking through the river. Then eventually survives RRQ Akira. I thought that they could have gotten already the win because they zoned out Saksa. But I guess because of Miko's flicker out to save himself, and obviously Saksa just keeping his immortality, keeping himself safe. Luis?
1v2.
Okay.
Way the dragon used up. Smooth, no penalty zone, but the rest of the team from SMG, they're utilizing this to go to the Lord. How are they going to deal with this? How will Takashi and King try to contest? It's 2v3. Stormy in the mid lane, clearing it out, now rotating over to the Lord pit. King with the shield unity, Miko misses, and SMG turned their focus around to King, who has the immortality, but now is going to lose it super fast. King not able to survive. Sasa picks him up. The decimation already by Saksa. This time no immortality. Meanwhile, the Brody's still up top, looking for a push. RRQ, they're holding on to it, and they reset it. Oh my goodness.
Diversion plays here across the map, right? You would have expected Smooth to actually get some backup, but no, they had other intentions.
Yeah. RRQ Akira, the only way that they can win this is if they go to, if they turn onto hero. Saksa going in for the Twilight Armor. Great tech pick, because that means that you will last a torn apart memory at least. Gonna survive that for sure. Smooth, good angle. This could be massive.
Louis spots him out.
Oh, just got it out.
Dude, the pucker factor in
Man.
this game, I can't deal with it.
They have to give it up. 15
They
seconds.
have to give it up. Absolutely have to give it up.
No.
Stormy with the
Purify.
Purify.
Okay.
Luis needs to get out now. If he falls, this might
Nice
be
dodge.
the game-ending
Gusta
push.
stays.
That's a penalty zone that whiffs Luis. Oh, 1 HP's burning. He's taking conceal. Stormy chases him all the way. Luis still has that Twilight Armor, still able to get out.
I don't know. I haven't seen one of these games so dead even,
Oh
so
my
close
goodness.
together. I'm forgetting that I'm supposed to be doing a job here, but I am just so engaged in this battle. At any moment, any one of these teams, any one of these players could have gone for a big flicker play, right? But again, you're trying to anticipate where is it going to be coming from. And unfortunately, with RRQ Akira, this might be the last stop. They need to hold on. They need a high ground.
Takashi's holding the bottom side. Mystic Gush going to be used up in the mid lane. Winter Truncheon bought by King.
What?
What was that?
He took it backwards. Why?
Takashi now getting eaten up by the gloom.
Oh,
Stormy
no.
looking for the damage. Takashi's gonna fall! Just like that. That's one member down. They've dealt with the Lord. Saksa in the midst of it all. Walking up. Smooth has a penalty zone. Now that one conceal.
Stormy.
Luis forced to flick around and go in Truncheon, but a penalty zone from Smooth. This might be it for SMG. They won't make it to knockouts, but they want to pull RRQ to the depths of elimination.
No! After everything, after all they fought for, it just wasn't enough. Team SMG take the series 2-1. Our match winners here. And they are able to hold RRQ Akira down into the elimination zone. Oh my goodness! What a game!
Stormy again, stepping up. You can see how aggressive he played in the last few moments of the game, zoning out the members of RRQ Akira and then eventually taking out Takashi. Team RRQ Akira, they have it in their hands already, but they lost grip once again. Unfortunately, the Brody twice in this series did not work.
Let's throw it to Majin on the stage. Take it away, buddy.
Congratulations, SMG! A bloodbath of a game, ladies and gentlemen. A slobber knocker of a game. 2 comebacks. 2 comeback games for SMG. That was tight. That was game number 1 and game number 2. You guys made a comeback. Let me ask Saksha Jago over here. Saksha Jago, come on. Come over here. Come over here. All right. It's okay to speak in Tagalog, you know? Tagalog. Okay, Tagalog. Okay, game. You made comebacks for game number 1 and game number 2. What is going through your mind? What is going through your head for you to be able to do that comeback?
Lagi ko lang po sinasabi sa kanila, relax lang. Kasi hindi pa naman kayo matatalo. Hanggat may tower pa, kaya pa namin kumambak.
Okay. So he told his team to relax, and if there's towers still, they can still do the comeback. Congratulations. Congratulations, of course. Now let's ask Miko. Miko, okay. Congratulations on the performance. What can you say about the performance of your team in your final match in the tournament?
Medyo masaya naman po, pero nanghihinayang kasi hindi pa namin napakita yung totoong lakas ng SMG.
Okay, okay, okay. It's confirmed. It's confirmed that SMG is out and he still wants to fight. He still wants to prove to everyone that they can still make it. But then again, ladies and gentlemen, they're officially out of the tournament. Please give it up for SMG, ladies and gentlemen. Despite the great performance, Miko, this will mark the end of your tournament run. What is the most important lesson for you guys?
Wala. Nakakalungkot lang kasi basta malalaman nyo na lang. Pero thank you sa SMG. Ayun, thank you. Sir Benny, Ma'am Rebecca, sa mga coaches, thank you. See you soon. See you again.
Okay, okay. He is sad, but then again, he's proud of his teammates. Guys, any message to your fans? Please give them a shout out.
I would like to say thank you so much for all the fans who keep supporting us from day 1 until today. So thank you so much and see you guys again in the upcoming next seasons.
All right, guys, the only remaining team from your region is Homeboys from Malaysia. Do you have any messages to them before they fight?
To Homeboys,
Yes, the Homeboys.
you guys are the last representative from our country. So I hope you guys can do well and make it to the top and be the champion for M5. Thank you.
All right, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for SMG! All right, Team SMG, congratulations. You can now go back to your rooms. All right. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Team SMG, they fired up and they exited the tournament with a bang. Let's pass it over to our shoutcasters again. Guys, it's your turn.
And that is going to be the end of an epic series. Both teams playing their hearts out. It is confirmed that RRQ Akira as well as Team SMG are going to be eliminated from this tournament. It's sad to see these competitors go in this manner, but that's just the nature of the competition.
It's bittersweet for sure, right? I mean, on one hand, that was an amazing series to witness, to watch, an entertaining one all the way to the end, but at the end of the day, competition is this way, right? There's going to be the thrill and the agony. Both these teams, unfortunately, will have to go home. But for one of the few of the players are going to go home with an MVP performance, and SMG, they got to win in the main stage.
Yeah, it sucks delivered with the Martis. There was a time where he got 2-0, he got the first 2 turtles. Eventually, like the entirety of Team SMG have devised a way for them to secure the neutral objectives well. Then come the Lord fight, I fairly remember he got the double kill to kind of stop the entirety of RRQ Akira on having a chance at making their formation around the Lord. So eventually, because of the double kill coming out from Saksa, RRQ Akira's positioning was in shambles. You're going to see it once again. And obviously, you can see the good early. I mean, Saksa made up for whatever he did to Smooth Slate, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the more that I think about it, it's just one of the most elongated laning phases and the most tilting for most who will really take into account every little aspect that happens into it. But we definitely saw as the early game started to progress, as we jump into the late game, a lot of reflections of early too late, same motions being made. You look for those big engages, and RRQ Akira are looking for the counter engages. You stick too close together, you get punished.
And most importantly, because Saksa is not dying during these, fake Lord dances. And look at this, Miko stopped the entirety of RRQ Akira from converging onto Sasa, so that still is a very good play. And eventually you can see Saksa just dialing in. He will get eventually a kill onto Tekashi, and then immediately going for Seigen, landing the Ashura. Together with Stormy, they dealt enough damage. And look at him go once again. Look at Saksa just focusing on the right targets and always landing the Ashura's R. He's not panicking. He's not like in that specific occasion going to the Lord, like in front of that Lord. Instead, he goes for heroes because he knows that the only way for them to win the Lord dances is to turn onto heroes. And fortunately, that was the last defense. Did not work.
I don't know if you guys noticed that final play, King Winner Truncheon, right? In any other situation, I think that would have been a great play, but that led to the back line getting CC'd. I think that might have been, I don't want to say like a defendable position, but I think they would have had a bigger chance if King tanked that up, you know?
I think it was an unintentional consequence of it, unfortunately, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there was a couple of those that we saw in that last defense. The fact that Tekashi was flickering backwards, losing out on such a key battle spell for an Arlet as well.
That was...
And like we said, like the composition of Team SMG, together as 5, it's very rigid. And there's no hero from RRQ to kind of break it apart from Tekashi. He plays a very important role because he literally has the ultimate to break up the formation of Team SMG. Surely you can count the Cho ultimate, the Way of the Dragon. Unfortunately, it's very difficult to land that because his flicker is always forced out. Remember, before the last third fight, they forced the flicker to Luis just to stun Smooth and eventually save Gusta La Gusta. So it's like RRQ Akira are investing their battle spells in bad situations in the late game, and then Team SMG, all they had to do was to form their box, allow RQ in, and then take out anyone who's going into their box, then just slowly siege the base of RRQ Akira.
Yeah, and they just peeled them off slowly, and then the decimate chains start to roll on in. Rich Guy, you got to get off for Sasa, 721. The carry going to Seigen, and he has been, honestly, we've been talking about King, we've been talking about Tekashi, but Seigen has been such a consistent staple for the team, right? He makes such minimal mistakes and really capitalizes on the ones that make the difference for these neutral objectives.
Yeah. Then again, if you're going to be looking at the other stats we have to look for, Gusta La Gusta, he played so well in this game, but Stormy stepping up. This was definitely a duel between two mid laners, right? In the early stages, Seigen was spectacular, but I think in the literally the last 5 minutes of the game, you're gonna have to hand it to Stormy because he's the mid laner that actually is in front, and he knows that his power spec is actually pretty high within the late game because of the changes toward the Lilia. You just literally just refresh your charges so easily, and at the same time you have the Purify. So he's not the best target to use the Final Slash nor the Way of the Dragon because he just pops the Purify, pops the Black Shoes, and then all of a sudden you've wasted your ultimate.
Personally, for me, I think this is one of those great games that you can like study time and time again to see how even the team is, and it really shows the importance of these